All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to more. So as we close in on Election Day, thank you. Tomorrow, yes, we're so tired of the ads. Anyway, many celebrities are urging people to make their voices heard.
And our Sean McAllister shows us the famous faces that are rocking the vote.
People are going to know if you voted or not. Your voting history is public record. It doesn't say who you voted for, but it says if you voted at all.
Amy Schumer, the latest celebrity, urging all Americans to get out and vote. In a new video, the comedian uses shame tactics to get people to the polls.
Your decision to vote or not is obviously up to you, but judging you for that decision could be up to the internet, and everyone has access to that.
Taking a less shameful approach is superstar DJ and Las Vegas resident Steve Aoki.
We need young people voting. It doesn't take that much of your time to actually go out and vote, because it really does count. Every vote does count.
With a fan base of millions of young people, Aoki's message could be very influential in getting ballots cast. We've also seen star couple Chrissy Teigen and John Legend here in the Valley spreading the same message.
We want young people to be excited to vote again. I remember the first year I could vote. It was exciting to me. I loved it.
Every election's important, but this one is particularly important to us because we know a lot of things depend on who is president.
So with just one day until our next president is chosen, there's still time to have your voice heard.
This is the future right now.
All right, thanks, Sean. Well, with so many celebrities taking sides in this year's election, the question is, does that even really matter? Well, here's a sample of the celebrity support for both sides. We're talking for Donald Trump. You have Wayne Newton, Mike Tyson, Scott Baio, Kirstie Alley, Jon Voight, Dennis Rodman, Ted Nugent, Stephen Baldwin, and that's just to name a few. Hillary has J-Lo, Mariah Carey, Miley Cyrus, Meryl Streep, Lady Gaga, George Clooney, Robert De Niro, and that list goes on as well. And here to hash it out is Jim Gentleman, marketing expert over at SKG Advertising. And Jim, we always like to get you in for these important topics because you deal with this a lot more than most people. Yeah. So thanks for coming in.
Good to be here.
I guess the general first open question would be, does it really matter?
I think it does matter, especially for a younger audience. I think the millennials and Generation Z, kind of the 20 to 30-year-old, they're very influenced by celebrity. We live in a celebrity-obsessed culture today.
Yeah.
And so they look to these folks in terms of what kind of music they listen to, what kind of cars they drive, what kind of clothes they wear, and who they're going to vote for. So I do think among a certain set of the audience, it is important and effective.
That's kind of scary because, I mean, you might like, let's say, somebody's music or their acting, but that shouldn't mean that should be your political views, but they're
influential. I think a lot of this is, if you look at it in terms of marketing and advertising, the most effective form of advertising is word of mouth.
Yeah.
Typically, we look to our friends and family. This is just another version of that, looking to celebrities. And I also think in today's world of social media, where these celebrities have millions of followers on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, their audience is looking to them to help them decide what decisions to make. And whether that's right or wrong, it is a fact. And it's kind of really happening more and more, especially with the advent of social media.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the older crowd is kind of different. I mean, for instance, I was at Barbra Streisand concert. Mm-hmm. She's very vocal, very political. And while a lot of people were applauding because she is a Hillary Clinton supporter, a lot of people were mad. Some people even left, and she even said, "I'll refund your money." Like, it was that strong of a message that she was trying to convey.
Well, I think the same thing happened at an Amy Schumer stand-up event where some Trump supporters walked out. I tend to think that older folks make up their decisions based on their own personal experience.
Yeah.
And the celebrities, whether they agree with them or not, it doesn't really change their mind. I just think it tends to be a younger audience who may be a little bit more easily influenced, or who may look to these celebrities for their lifestyle, if you will, or decisions. They tend to be have more of an impact. But it is, and unfortunately this year especially, it's been very divisive. I think many of us are looking forward to this being over.
Right.
Election fatigue has set in, and we're ready to move on to something else.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally, are you surprised by? Yeah, there are more for Clinton. Usually Hollywood leans a little more liberal.
Yeah.
But were you surprised at how many on that list were for Trump?
Not really. I mean, I think there's always probably been a heavy number of Republican or more conservative folks in Hollywood, but the liberal progressive types tend to get more of the publicity.
It seems that way, yeah.
And I think, again, this year it is such a distinctive, clear choice that everybody's taking sides. And, the beauty of America is being able to make that choice. It's just unfortunate that it hasn't been a really civil election this year. But but I do think Hollywood has certainly a mix of both. I think the Democrats tend to get the word out a little bit more effectively than the Republican side.
Jim, thank you very much. Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, over to you.